Like I know there's no way China made a AI platform which is way cheaper than OpenAI. Like what was it, like $6 million, and OpenAI they were saying like the GPT-4, the budget was like around $100 million to train the AI model. Like this is so crazy. The difference is like six and hundred, like $6 million and $100 million. Like America was saying 100 million, and China just did it in $6 million, and like they're saying it's better than OpenAI, more faster, and people are going crazy. Like how much like Nvidia, Microsoft, most of the company they had a big loss just because of this DeepSeek launch by China. Now, I'm really excited because 2025 is going crazy, and the America and China war is going more crazier, especially with the cutting edge technology. So, get your popcorn, and without wasting any time, let's get into the video.
DeepSeek rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. After being deeply wounded by DeepSeek last week, OpenAI is now reportedly accusing them of IP theft. And to make matters even worse, a second Chinese model just hit the timeline. If you're just waking up from a coma, the legend goes like this. A Chinese hedge fund built a state-of-the-art reasoning model that surpassed OpenAI o1 and only spent $5.5 million to
Damn.
train it, then gave the world a 100% discount code to use it. That was devastating to big tech.
That part is so crazy. Like you should use the meme like to America, emotional damage. Like China literally hit America so hard with this like the part when it's open source, that makes it more crazy. Like anybody can just go and do some tweaking, make some adjustment, whatever they want to do with it, and doing that so cheap shows the real reality behind like America. Like why the hell you need $100 million when China did it in $6 million, and it's working way better than that. Like something's not adding up.
And especially OpenAI, who have been gradually trying to convince people that AI is hard and we need things like $500 billion Stargate data
Wow.
centers. Now, in order to get the AI hype train back on track, the new White House AI czar and PayPal mafia member David Sachs just went on the news and said they have substantial evidence that DeepSeek stole OpenAI's outputs to fine-tune their models, a technique known as distillation that is strictly forbidden.
Ooh, wait. I mean, if that is true, China's in big trouble. If that is true. What they're saying, like financial time distillation is a common practice in the AI industry, but the concern was that DeepSeek may be doing it to build its own rival model, which is a breach of OpenAI terms of service. OpenAI said it's evident China DeepSeek used its model to train competitor. I mean, it might be true, it might be not. Let's find out.
In their terms of service. The irony here is not only palpable, one might describe it as artificial super irony. You might remember how OpenAI vacuumed up the entire internet and all its copyrighted materials without asking anybody for permission. Elon accused them of scraping Twitter. George R.R. Martin and a bunch of other authors are suing, among many other lawsuits around the world. But I need to let you in on a tech bro founder secret. We do shady stuff and then ask for forgiveness later. Because once a company reaches critical mass, there's no stopping it. Uber and Airbnb are prime examples, and thus far, OpenAI has mostly prevailed in their copyright infringement legal battles. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at the technical details of DeepSeek, how it bypassed CUDA, and try to find out if it actually ripped off OpenAI. It is January 29th, 2025, and you're watching The Code Report.
We're getting
My
technical
conspiracy
now.
theory is that OpenAI has been DeepSeek all along, and this was just the most genius marketing trick of all time to assert their dominance. I wouldn't put it past Chief Persuasion Officer Sam Altman.
He's just a con man, and he lies to everyone.
But now, OpenAI and Microsoft are accusing DeepSeek of distillation, where you take one big expensive model like o1 and use its outputs to transfer knowledge to a smaller model. Thus far, they haven't provided any hard evidence, but there are screenshots like this going around the internet where DeepSeek...
Ooh, okay. What is that? I'm a ChatGPT, a language model developed by OpenAI. Specifically, I'm based on GPT-4 architecture, which is designed to understand and generate human-like text. Based on the input I receive, my training data includes a wide range of text from books, websites, and other sources until October 2023, allowing me to assist with a variety. So, I mean, making your own AI is not that hard because, right now we're in that kind of era where you can literally ask ChatGPT how to make another AI platform, and it's going to tell you step by step how to code. It's going to give you the code, every single thing. But China claim that it's their own technology and they did it way cheaper. That's where the criticism and all the chaos is coming in, like fooling the market, the stocks dropping, people like running from other stocks and going after DeepSeek and all that. That's where all the game is coming in, because bringing a new AI is nothing like out of the sky or something like, oh, how did you do it? Okay, OpenAI is not the only one. There's so many AI platforms right now. Like they're doing also the same job, like ChatGPT. You know.
Provides a response that should only come from ChatGPT. That's not a smoking gun though, because this type of content is all over the internet now, so DeepSeek could have learned it organically. However, Microsoft, which provides the servers for much of OpenAI's compute, said they observed someone in China extracting large volumes of data from the OpenAI API, and they believe these accounts may be linked to DeepSeek. In other words, DeepSeek is basically Robin Hood stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Distillation generally provides better results compared to reinforcement learning, where you actually feed the model new data with a reward function. Distillation is not controversial, and DeepSeek has models distilled from Llama and Qwen. In fact, you can even distill OpenAI models as long as you don't use the API to build a rival model, and that appears to be the root of OpenAI's beef. And get this, Alibaba just released Qwen 2.5 Max just minutes ago, and although it's not a
Bro, this guy, like, he saw competition in market. He said, hell yeah. He said, get the team ready. We're making our own AI. Like, 'cause he saw people literally running to DeepSeek, leaving the open AI because GPT 4.0, you got to pay for it, of course, you know? And they're giving it way cheaper with the discounts. And, like, of course, people going to leave the open AI and go to DeepSeek because, you know, people, they don't want to spend like $20, $30. Okay. They don't want to spend that kind of money. If someone is giving you for $4 or $5, they're like, hell yeah, if it's the same thing, $4 or $5.
reasoning model, it's an open model that beats DeepSeek v3, Claude, and GPT-4o on
Oh,
these
wow.
benchmarks. And not only that, but yet another Chinese model called Kimi K1.5 just came out and apparently beats OpenAI o1. We're now in a China versus China AI race with the United
Bro, you're looking at this shit. Like, first it started China versus America because OpenAI, we had America, okay? And then China launched challenging America. And then inside China, okay, the Alibaba, he said, I'm gonna release my own. So friendly fire started happening, and then another guy started releasing. Like now they're fighting each other now. Okay.
United States falling behind. Meanwhile, Europe is focused on other technological innovations like bottle caps you can't take off. Many people have complained that DeepSeek is highly censored, but it's relatively easy to jailbreak if you're a senior prompt engineer. But speaking of irony, last year Midjourney accused Stability AI of image theft, but none of that matters now because DeepSeek also just released the Jana series models, which do diffusion-based image generation, and while the quality is not as good as Stable Diffusion or Midjourney, it's yet another open source model you can use commercially, and that's good news for humanity. But another interesting detail about DeepSeek is that it achieved 10x better efficiency than other models, in part by not using CUDA, NVIDIA's proprietary platform for running code on a GPU. Instead, they used NVIDIA parallel thread execution directly, which conceptually would be similar to building a website with assembly code, and is just another example of how cracked these DeepSeek engineers really are. Now, another major criticism of DeepSeek is that when you use it on the web, all your prompts, data, and keystrokes go to China. If you care about privacy, though, you shouldn't be using the internet anyway. Instead, you should use it locally like I did in this video on my second channel. But the most important trend here is that open source is winning. That means if you're a developer, now is the time to start building products people love. And you can do that with a truly awesome open source tool called PostHog.
Let's try something else. Let's go to ChatGPT. And we're gonna ask ChatGPT something, okay? We're gonna ask ChatGPT, give me an honest answer, no BS, okay? Which is better? DeepSeek? What is that? DeepSeek, right? DeepSeek or Open AI? Of course, we know the answer. It's not gonna talk good about the competitor. Probably, it's gonna end up making saying blah blah blah. But OpenAI is much better. We know how this platform works. That's how they're programmed. But well, that's for the sake of argument. Let's see what it gives us an answer. Boom. Okay. So what it's saying right now is overall performance OpenAI models like GPT-4 are generally more refined, providing better reasoning, language fluency, context understanding, creative and complex, okay, reliability and safety. I mean, that's a point I agree, okay, I might agree. Okay, well, when it comes to China apps, it's just, you don't want to trust some of them. Where DeepSeek might be better. Okay, so we got 3 points, and over here, okay, so no numbering and just points. Okay. If you're looking for Chinese language processing, DeepSeek is specifically optimized for that. Wow, look at how it bolded that Chinese language processing. It might be cheaper or have fewer restrictions for certain applications. For most use cases, especially English language tasks and complex queries, OpenAI is better choice right now. So, it's not what we were looking for, but like the way it put the answer out is pretty weird. Like, like 1, 2, 3, and there's no 1, 2, 3, nothing. And the way it elaborated its own self and did not elaborate like DeepSeek as shows. I mean, of course, OpenSea might do the same thing, but I'm not gonna look up OpenSea as I do not want my data to go into China. I mean, it's still going into China anyway, but you want to mitigate the risk as much as you can. Or if you guys like the video, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and definitely show love to my boy Farship. Credit in the description, and we are so close to 2K subscriber. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, just double check you're hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, peace.